Hey, Greg.
How are you, mate? Okay.
I'm good. Good to see you. Good to see you. Craig, have you enjoyed preparing for this game, preparing for England?
A lot. Yeah, it's been really enjoyable. But the Canada game led to that as well, because it's only been a few weeks since the Canada game. Similar pressing techniques, similar with the ball. So it allows us to take a lot from the Canada game to prepare for this game. And this game would take a lot from to be able to prepare for the Belgium game. You know, there's not not different in systems, and we have to adapt completely because this game's completely different to the next one. So it allows us to show good clips from each game that lead on, because the next game's quite similar as well. So these friendly games have been really beneficial to what we're going to be coming up against on Monday as well.
In terms of how you juggle, are you? I know you're not going to give me the starting 11, so I'm not asking that. In terms of how do you get the balance right of getting players, as you say, that preparation they need for Monday, but keeping players fresh, avoiding any niggles, any injury? How tricky a balancing act is that?
No, you just have to be aware of it, of course, because one or two boys are carrying niggles. It's normal. It's nothing different to any other camp. So how you manage that? Do one or two need more days? Or are they good to go for tomorrow? If we feel they're good to go tomorrow, then we'll go that way. If we feel we have to take one or two players off during that period, then we're sort of prepared for that as well. But look, we're here tomorrow to come and play. And to play our brand of football and the way we play it. Difficult circumstances, in an incredible place like Wembley, which it is. So to us, it's excitement. And just, like I said, we're not here as tourists to enjoy the occasion. No, we're here to be the best version of ourselves. And you know, that allows you to be excited and also to have fun as well.
Craig, you've been in the job since summer of last year now. The very first time we met, you talked about the identity. You wanted to create an identity. In that journey now, what makes an international side? What makes a DNA that works for a side, a squad, that they tick on and off the pitch?
I wouldn't say that is an international squad. It's I feel probably any team. It's what would you like your team to play? How do you see a team that resembles your habits and what you would like to play? To me, I want to press high. I don't want to defend deep. Now, of course, occasions in the game, you will have no choice. Circumstances of the game, you will have to, but then where's the next trigger? Are you able to go from there? Because I believe the better opportunity you have of winning it higher, then the closer you are to their goals. Common sense, no? But then when we have the ball, are we able to create scenarios that allow us to have efforts on your goal? Now, even from the moment of a build-up or from our goalkeeper, how quick can we get to your goal? Now, if we can get there in one, amazing. If we have to get 4 or 5 passes, then we have to do that. If we have to take 20, 30 passes, then we have to do that. Whatever way we have to do it, we get it done. So to me, I felt the transition of it's been, I wouldn't say me personally easy, but I felt the players really took it straight away. And I feel anyone who watches us would see what we tried to do. And look, this is not because I believe it's an ego and it's about me. No, it's about this is how we believe we can win games. We have speed on the front line. Let's get them in the best positions possible to exploit that and be the best version of them. let's use them. So how can we create scenarios to allow them to be the best they can be? And that's all we try to do.
Can
Just
I
quick-
pass it on to Simon?
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
sorry.
thanks.
Can I quick last one?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, one.
Go on.
Just a quick one. Just on the players you come up against. You talked briefly, we saw the other week, about the quality of the England players. Just how much you're looking forward to that, but also it seems like Harry Kane's missed training today. He might not be there. The disappointment of actually not having the chance to play against him, learn from playing against somebody like him, but also the opportunity of playing against some of the
No,
other
look,
global
we
players.
have players who've played with him, Geraint, so one of my best friends coaches him right now. So I know a lot about him. And I think he's the most complete player I've ever seen him be at this present moment. And I think Vinny's had a big say in that as well. So, yeah. Look, it is what it is. I don't know what it's going to be, if he's injured or if he's fit. We'll wait and see tomorrow. But, listen, a country like England and the quality they have numerous players. We expect that. We've only ever seen that down the years. And it'll be no different tomorrow, whoever you play. I say you, I know you're Welsh, am I right, Geraint? Are you English or Welsh? Okay, you're Welsh. So, no, you have quality, incredible quality. And that's why you want to face an incredible football nation like England.
Simon, go on.
Hi, Craig. You talked about the venue of Wembley and its iconic status. You, of course, have played in big games at Wembley in the past. How proud a moment will it be for you to be on that sideline managing your country at Wembley Stadium?
I got to be honest, I have not looked at it that way. I'm sure everyone who's been before me and surely after me who said the same, I got to be honest, every moment is, even leading into it, even doing this interview right now, it's like, am I really the Welsh manager? Beyond proud. And of course, tomorrow, do you know when that anthem goes and you're like, this is so good. This is so good. And yeah, I get to sing our national anthem in an incredible stadium tomorrow. But to me then it's, look forward to the game. Let's be the best versions of ourselves. But most importantly, enjoy it, and myself enjoy it.
And the potential for you and your players to make history as the first Wales team to win against England at Wembley in nearly 50 years. How much of an incentive is that for all of you?
Not really thought about it. And it doesn't mean I don't think about it. It's like we set up, we see England's strengths, we see their weaknesses. And to us, it's, history we're always aware of and always respectful of. But to us, it's game by game. If we can do that, then we talk about it after it, then great. But it's not my psyche of how I think. It's just step by step, Let's enjoy the game.
And just finally for me, how do you see the tactical battle between you and Thomas Tuchel, a man with a lot of European club football experience?
Thomas is like top manager. It's been really nice looking at all of England's games under him, but also I watched a lot of games at Dortmund as well. I went back, I think not as much as mine's, but the Dortmund one, because I've seen a bit of similarities to what I see with the team right now and what he's trying to transfer with England. So he's adaptable. He can change his press. I think the England players will improve with that have that adaptability in possession and out of possession. So to us, then we have to be able to adapt again. That's one part of our game where we're clear on. Not formation, shape. What shape do we have to adapt to? If England do this, then we adapt to that. And then also it's the same about the ball. If you decide to go with a 2 or 3, then we have to adapt to that as well. So, but the principles remain the same. It's like, are we going to press? Yes. How do we do that? Then we have to match the numbers. Then we adapt during the game to what you do, which is credit. That's why these type of managers allow you to really test yourself at as a coach, but also our players as well.
Thanks very much, Craig.
Thank you.
Thanks, Simon. I'll come round, everybody. Start there with John at the back. Yeah, is that okay?
Hello, Craig.
Hi.
Nice to see you. You're a very proud Welshman, and I just wondered, you talking about Thomas there, I just wondered whether you find it amusing that we've basically hired a German to try and win us the World Cup, basically.
No, I don't. Like, I look away when I say that. No, I don't. I feel you guys everyone gets caught up in this. What's the most important thing for you now if you get to the World Cup?
Oh, to win it, because they've been as close, haven't they?
How heartbroken would you be if it was a German who done it for you?
Not in the least.
There you go. I don't believe it matters. Get the best person. Now, and that's the same with us. It's not because I'm Welsh that like I have a right to have this job. No, for me, and I'm the same as being Welsh. It's get the best person for this role and who can enhance our country and help us achieve our goals. That to me is really where we should be looking. Now, if you have the most incredible coach and he happens to be from your country, then it's a win-win, of course. But no, I always believe the best person, and I'm the same as the way you're thinking with that is it doesn't matter where they're from. You know, just have the best person for the role to allow you to have that moment that you've always wanted.
And does he present that moment, do you think, as manager, with the squad that he has, the chance to give us that moment?
You have a top manager. You have a top manager who's, listen, he's won the Champions League. You have an incredible squad, but now it's getting the players that fit into the system. This is my learning from it. It's some people might say, well, why is this player not picked? Why is that? You have to find a system. Now, if you look at Spain, for instance, when they won the Euros, now, did they have all the best players in Spain play? No, they went different directions that fit the way that manager wants to play. And they had the intensity and they went and blew the tournament away, unfortunately, against yourselves in the final. But we would all agree maybe Spain were the best team in the tournament. And they've proved that down the years, by the way, as well. In 2008, when they went a midfielder from Villarreal, where no one was really talking about, he came in and was the key player for that role, and allowed everyone else to go and play. So, yeah, for my own bit, it's, one or two players, I believe, even if they're not quite getting a look in at the clubs, but they have an important role for how we play and how we would like to set the team up. And to us, they're essential. They're essential. So it's always the team. It's always the team dynamics the most important.
Thank you.
Craig, England had a good win in Serbia last month, won 5-0. And before then, Thomas had been getting a bit of stick. 2 games against Andorra, only scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
And lost to Senegal. Can you understand that? Or do we just expect too much from our team?
No, look, listen, I'm expected to qualify. Rightly so. And anyone who comes into a role, international manager, you want that expectations. You don't hide away from it. You know what you're coming into. And I don't believe you expect too much. No. I believe you have a right to expect that. You don't have a right to win it. Sorry. So before you start printing that, no, slow down. You have a right to expect to win. But at the same time, there's a lot more. It's like we always talk about pressure as like a privilege. Do you understand what I mean? But I quite like the fact that you feel that, and I like the fact that with Wales they want us to qualify. They expect me to qualify because I do. I really do. Now, if it doesn't happen, then we'll adapt. We'll work our way around it, and we'll be able to identify certain bits to be able to keep improving. I expect to qualify. You expect to, every coach you bring in, you would expect that. So if it doesn't quite go that way at that time, you know what's coming. It's normal. It's normal. Experienced manager like you have now, it's normal. He's been in this situation before. He will understand it. Then Serbia game was an outstanding game for you guys. Outstanding game. I believe Serbia helped towards that as well, though. But still never easy. You go to Belgrade and win 5-0 in a hostile atmosphere. It's a nice benchmark. Now, tomorrow, we're not Serbia. So we're a different team to what they are, and good and bad. So, I don't believe in you guys putting unnecessary pressure on. We demand it, surely. You know what I mean? Our media with Wales demand me to qualify. So I embrace it and enjoy it, really. So it makes you feel alive. Does that make you feel? Yeah, I feel alive from it. Criticisms, you've learned. If it helps you progress, then it helps you progress even quicker, then go with it.
Craig, how empowering would it be to have that positive performance you want tomorrow, and ideally the result going into such a big game on Monday?
Of course, it would help. But honestly, Monday will take care of itself. It'll take care of itself. We have players who've been in this position, full house at Cardiff. Dare I say, now or never. But we've been in those moments. I only just got the job off the back of us missing out on a penalty shootout. So, we live for those moments. We've been in them. So it's just another night in Cardiff against a very good team, which has to be for us to have the rewards of what we want from the end of it. But I just look at it as like the players are experienced. They know this moment. And I have to be honest, this week, you just smell it. They smell it. So we're ready. We're ready. No matter what comes, we adapt. From tomorrow, we adapt. We'll be fine.
Satish?
Craig, tomorrow you'll be playing friendly. How important is the result in your preparations for the more important match, which is Monday against Belgium?
Look, I don't believe in friendlies. We're not here to play a friendly. Now, due to where we are, England on the border with Wales, and people would sense that as a rivalry. We're not your rivals. You understand that, yeah? Because you have to be two top teams going at each other on a consistent basis to be a rival. We're not. But tomorrow, to us, like it was Canada, we don't do friendlies. We're here to win. Like we set out to every game. Our preparation hasn't changed. We've completely prepared as we would do for a Belgium game. But it doesn't change. Our habits won't change. And tomorrow, it'll be exactly the same. And Monday, like I said, will take care of itself. Now, like I would be aware, even if we were playing qualifier, I understand there's 2 games coming up in such a short space of time. So to use all your players at that moment, you would have to make changes anyway. I'm definitely conscious that I like as normal. But yeah, to me, there's no such thing as friendlies. I think I've said that quite a lot over the only 2 friendlies I've had. I had a good teacher. I had Mark Hughes who taught me that. And the games we played was Argentina, Brazil. Every game was like, wow. So it was, I've probably learned off him with this.
Lawrence, a couple of questions.
Hey, Craig. For you as a manager, do you think that this gives you an opportunity to kind of, I suppose, not sell yourself, but an opportunity for you to show yourself in front of a kind of an audience that maybe Premier League haven't watched us as closely across the border and maybe have an image of you as a player, and they're wondering what you're like as a manager?
No, I believe we've been watched. I believe people now are so aware of everything that goes on. They're aware of what we've been able to do, good and bad, or what I've been able to do, good and bad. I believe the perception of what people have seen of me when I played, of course, I've sort of gone missing for a period now back. Maybe doing this game, I'd have to answer the time like this person, even our own media have done it, and even though you've known me for a year and a bit now, you've like to go back on that story again. I'd like to believe we can move away from that now, but I understand a lot of English media haven't been around me, so they will only remember that type of individual. I'm okay, you're all in safe hands here at this present moment. So to me, it's not like it's just an enjoyable part of my life. And at this moment, from the moment I done it, I think it was about the 4th of July or 7th of July it was. 7th, yeah. It's just been amazing. And every part of it, I have to be honest, it's been so fulfilling. And I hope it continues. Now, whatever later or whatever happens, I just enjoy this moment. I don't try to look too far ahead. Nothing's guaranteed. So to me, just enjoy what I have at this present moment. And if other people get to see it and enjoy it, then great, because that's what I believe I want us to be part of. I need to be part of it. That you come away from the game and you're like, I like that. And I don't know if the result, I like to believe it would be what we want, but I believe that entertainment factor. And that's not me being naive, trust me. I don't like conceding, and I don't do things for the sake of, it all has to be with a purpose. Even without the ball, how aggressive and how hardworking we have to be. But to me, it's to have you on the edge of your seat and wanting to come back, because I want to come back. And to me, that's where that love of football has never left me and never will leave me. It's a long way of answering your question. I'm not sure if I've answered it properly, but yeah. So to get anyone else to see it, I'm not particularly too interested, to be honest.
Thank you very much for the in-depth
I'll take
question.
one more, then there, because we've got a team meeting at 6:15. Yeah.
One more then, Craig. So in terms of the team that's going to go out there tomorrow, I mean, if you think of Carl Darlow in his career trajectory, Ethan Ampadu leaving Chelsea, we've got a lot of players maybe as well that have got something to prove tomorrow on the pitch.
To who?
To the watching world, I suppose, to Premier League fans, to maybe England fans.
I don't believe so, no. They've got nothing to prove to what we do and how we work. They've proven that. Darlow in a short space of time. Ethan, you forget how young he is, but still the amount of years he's been playing and playing for Wales, I don't believe they do. Listen, the only bit you ever have to prove is to yourself. No one else. And they're two stand-up people, two real pros. Yeah, I don't believe it now.
Yeah, sorry.
Craig, hello, good evening. England have struggled against teams that defend deep, but judging by what you've been saying here, you're not going to park the bus tomorrow.
I've got to be honest, I don't believe you struggle with teams who defend deep. Now, you haven't maybe got 6, 7, 8, 9 goals, but Andorra, you're complete in control. All right, I know it's not the amount of goals you would have liked, but Serbia defend deep?
No, that was probably that was the statement win.
Yeah, but he's only had so many games.
Yeah.
Hasn't had too many. I honestly believe if you play this England team, you defend deep, you'll die a slow death. And I'm not into that. I'm like, please put me up against the wall and end it now. Yeah, don't put me in that position. And
could I just ask you about a former England manager, Sir Bobby Robson?
Yeah, of course.
Because how much of an inspiration has he been to you as now you're a manager? And is there one bit of advice that you remember that the great man would have told you?
It's always difficult to remember one, because there were so many. Do you know when you're young and you believe the presence of an individual like Sir Bobby is always going to be there? But when he isn't, and actually you get older and you get smarter, I always wish I was like, why didn't I ask him more questions? Why didn't I spend more time with him? I took it for granted. And that annoys me. But some of the questions I did get to ask him was like gold dust. I still hold. But also, the most important part of him was how he made me feel before I played. He honestly made me believe I was like the best player going. And there are moments I want our players with Wales or any player who's involved with me to feel that confidence that you're the best position in the world in this position. You're the best player in the world in that position. That's like that feeling, never underestimate it. And how he was able to manage situations, which always occur and allows you to, like, I can go back to what he done, because I've had those happen to me with Jeremy Doku, for instance, at Anderlecht. There was a certain moment, it was exactly like my moment, and I learned how to handle it, how I was handled. So he's always been there. Do you understand? He's always been there. And he always will be. I'm really grateful. But like all young people who believe they know everything and know literally nothing, I wish I spent more time with him, and I wish I asked him more questions, because, these people, we only ever get once in a while. So, yeah, foolish, yeah?
Take your last question. Yeah, thanks.
Hi, Craig. You've been forced into a couple of changes to your squad ahead of these two games, obviously with Aaron and Dan James pulling out. I know there were some doubts over Dan from the beginning, I guess, but how disappointing is it to not have those two players available for these two games, and how have the two you've called up in Ruben and Isaac settled into the camp?
No, it's always disappointing when you don't have players that you've called up being able to make the squad and being able to be there on a Sunday night. But it's not uncommon. I've never had a squad that I've named on the list, and that's the exact squad that I named that I see on a Sunday. And even when we do the interviews, I do prepare you beforehand that it probably will change, and it always does change. That's only just due to what I've learned. It's okay, we adapt. Dan being out was nice to bring someone like Isaac in, because he has the same type of intensity. The problem with Isaac at this present moment, we haven't been able to use him due to the injuries he's had over the period I've been managing. But he's had a nice run now. A player I really know, and a player I really, really like. So that's great. Great to get a look at him. Ruben, who's been doing well, just missed out, but he was always in my thought. If something happens, then he'd be first reserve. He comes in. He's been with us a few times. So it's just nice to be able to get eyes on him as well. So, yeah, look, two very good replacements I'm really happy with. Disappointing that we don't have Aaron. Disappointing we don't have Dan. But it's not uncommon to the situations we've been in, and we adapt.
How's Aaron feeling about it? Because it's been a while since we've seen him in a Wales shirt.
I haven't spoke to him since he spoke to the physios and all that due to time difference. When you've got two young kids, the time he's awake, I'm busy. No, I'm joking. And I have to be careful with jokes because you actually really print this stuff. we found out the other day, didn't we? It was like, what's going on here? I thought we had a really good relationship, but I didn't realise the England game turns everyone frenzy. Into a frenzy, sorry, it goes mad. No, it's a joke. But yeah, we'll have that communication. He's back in Wales now, so we'll see him round about the camp in the next couple of days as well.
Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Diolch yn fawr. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah, take care. Cheers, thank you.